All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to work through our homework. Tonight's homework, you are working on the evens only. I'm going to show you how you do work through some of the odds so that you can have some examples to be able to help you. So the first section, you need to use the distributive property to write an equivalent expression. So looking at number 1, I need to distribute my 5, and I need to hand that out to each term. So I do 5 times x. 5 times x would give me 5x. Then 5 times 11 would give me 55. I'm going to put my plus sign in the middle, and that would be my answer, 5x plus 55. Okay. Number 2, you're going to be doing on your own, but remember you're going to distribute. You're going to take that 3 times x. You're also going to take that 3 times 12, that negative 12. Remember that negative needs to go with that 12. Number 3, we have this negative 4. They're stuck together, so it's got to stick there. So we're going to take that negative 4 times x, negative 4 times 8. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times 8 is negative 32. So we have that answer of negative 4x minus 32. Or it could look like negative 4x plus negative 32. Either thing would be counted correct. They're equivalent. Number 4. Okay, that's going to be one that you're going to be doing on your own, but you're going to distribute that 9. Okay, taking it to both of those terms. Number 5. We have a distribute, but that negative 10 is out at the end. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to take it and we're going to distribute, okay, to both terms. Negative 10 times x is negative 10x. Negative 10 times negative 7, that's going to give me a positive, because negative times a negative is a positive 70. Number 6, working the same way. I'm going to change colors just so it doesn't get mixed up with the one above it. But 5, going to distribute it. 5 times 4x. 5 times 3. Number 7, going to distribute x times 4x, x times negative 1. Okay, we do x times 4x. That's going to end up, when I have an x times an x, that gives me x squared. Okay, minus x times 1 gives me x. Number 8, you're going to go ahead and distribute that. You're going to take that 2x times x, and then 2x minus 2x times that negative 1. Okay? Number 9, we have that negative x. They're stuck together, so I've got to remember to bring that negative with it. Negative x times 5x. That's going to be a negative 5x squared. Negative x times 2. That's going to be a negative 2x, or it could be negative 5x squared plus negative 2x. Both would be equivalent. Looking at our next section, we've got to identify the terms, the like terms, the coefficients, constant terms of the expression. So when I look at this, okay, looking at number 10, I can see really quickly that I have 4 different terms. Okay, so when I look at those, I know I can see that negative 8, it's a constant. Okay, so that one is a constant. Okay, I also see that 5 is a constant. Okay. Also, those are both like, so I'm going to put a square around them to show that they are both alike. Okay. I also see that right here in front of that x, that I have a 2, and that 2, that's going to be my coefficient. Okay, anytime that number is in front of a variable, that's a coefficient. That 11 is also a coefficient. Now, I can also see that this 2x, I'm going to put a circle around it, and that 11x, they are like terms. So they go together, so I'm going to mark them with circles to show that. Number 11. Now, I just did number 10. That is one of your even ones, so that kind of gets you a freebie. But looking at number 11, I'm looking for my terms, my like terms, coefficients, and constants. So when I look at this, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 different terms. I see a 1 and a 5. They are both constants. I also see that 1 and 5, since they're both constants, they are also like terms. Okay. I also see that 4 in front of that x and that negative 3 in front of that x squared, those are both coefficients that are in front of my variable. And I can also see that since they're both x squared, that they are both like terms. Okay, I'm going to move my paper a little bit so that I have some good space to be able to work. Okay, get rid of that old work. Okay, number 12. When I look at that, I'm looking for those labels. Okay, so you're going to go through and label those different pieces. Now, when I look at number 13, I see that right here, this 5 and this 10, they are both constants. Okay, I also need to look for those coefficients. Right there, my 2 and my 3, they are both coefficients. Okay, and with that 2, it's actually that negative 2 that sticks with it. Now, looking for my like terms, okay, 3xy, negative 2xy. Those are like terms. Then my constants, my 5 and my 10, are both like terms. Now we're going to move on to the bottom. So since number 14 is one of them that is your even, that you're going to be working, I'm not going to go through it, but I'm going to pick it up with 15. 15, I have to distribute. So 2 times 3x, that's going to be 6x. Okay, 2 times 1, those are going to multiply. That's going to give me a 2. Plus, I'm going to bring down that 4x. Now I'm going to look for my like terms to see what I can combine. I have that 6x and that 4x. They combine, give me 10x plus 2, and that's my answer. Number 16, that's going to be one you're going to be doing, but you're going to have to distribute first and then combine like terms. Number 17, okay, this is a good example one that I'm going to look and I have to distribute first. So I'm going to distribute here. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times, I have to remember that that negative comes with it, negative 1. So 7 times negative 1 is negative 7. And I'm going to bring down that negative 5, that minus 5. Now I'm going to look for my like terms to combine. That negative 7, that negative 5. I'm going to combine them. That gives me 7x, negative 7 minus 5. That's going to give me negative 12. Looking at 18. So with number 18, you're going to start off, you've got to distribute first, then you're going to combine like terms. Now I'm going to look at number 19. Number 19, I have to distribute that negative 2 going out. Negative 2 times x, negative 2 times 4. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 4 gives me a negative 8. Then I'm going to bring down that negative 3 to be able to have everything there. Now I'm going to combine my like terms. So looking for things that are the same. I have this negative 8 and I also have this negative 3. So I'm going to have to combine those. I bring down my negative 2x. Negative 8 minus 3 gives me negative 11. And so that'll be my answer, negative 2x minus 11. Number 20. Number 20, you're going to have to distribute. Now, the tricky part about number 20 is that there's a negative right in front of that parentheses. There's really, remember we've talked about how that coefficient, when there's nothing there, that there's that invisible 1 that's right there. That even though you can't see it, it's still there. So when you multiply that out, it's going to be negative 1 times x, negative 1 times 7. Now let's look at 21. Number 21, we have that negative 2 that's got to distribute. Negative 2 times x, negative 2 times that negative 4. So I'm going to bring down my 9. Then I've got negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 4 gives me a positive 8. So now I'm ready to combine my like terms. So looking at that, I have a 9, I have an 8. Negative 2x plus 9 and 8 go together to give me 17. Okay, that leaves you with one more for 22. So you finish up 22 and you're all set with your homework for tonight. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow.